your camera off. And welcome. Hi, I'm Crystal, and I am the CTFSN North Central and South Central Family Support Coordinator for CTFSN. I want to thank everybody for coming tonight. And I especially want to thank my camp providers who came. I know we had a little bit of difficulty, so there may not be, I think there's one camp so far that I'm not seeing that has can't come yet. They may check in later. I don't know, but it is possible they will not. I ask again, if everybody can keep their self on mute, that would be so helpful to me and to our presenters. And then at the end of the presentation, what we will do is we'll open it up for everybody to ask questions. At that point, if you'd like to ask a question, please go ahead and just use the icon, to do so, the raise your hand icon. And I believe that's in the lower left, down in the reactions, where if you can find it, if you can't find it. And then I think we'll just get started. So I think today we're going to start with Channel 3 Ashley's Camp, and I want to welcome Alexis here today. How are you, Alexis?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Great. Thank you for coming.
Thank you. So, hi guys, my name is Alexis. I'm the Inclusion Director at Channel 3 Kids Camp, and I run our Ashley's Place inclusion program. I'm going to share my screen. Can everyone see it?
Yep, you're good.
Yeah. Okay, good. So we are Channel 3 Kids Camp. So we're an inclusion-based program. We're located in Andover, Connecticut, which is about 20 minutes northeast of Hartford. So the first things that I'm going to show are a few videos of some of our campers. Hopefully. Okay, maybe not. So Channel 3 Kids Camp is a fully inclusive program, which means that we support children on a weekly basis. That's a summer and overnight program. It's a summer camp program that runs on an overnight and day camp basis. We are a fully inclusive program. We support children from the ages of 8 to 18 every week. And then we have 1 week at the end of the summer, which is considered to be our alumni week, that runs ages 8 to 28. Our campers have a full range of program choices and activities that are all easily adapted to any ability, any kind of need that they may have, to make them the most successful going into every program. So some of our programs are archery, martial arts, performing arts, arts and crafts. We have a high ropes course, which has a zip line. We have survival skills, nature, and a sports time. Every camper has a choice of up to 3 activities that they do every day, and they're always available. So we offer programming based on a schedule where our Ashley's Place campers, which are assigned to like a typical overnight cabin. So they go to all of their activities with this cabin. And if they have a support level of a 1-to-1, 2 campers to 1 staff, or 3 campers to 1 staff, they have that staff member with them at all times. This way, if they need a second to step away, they're still doing the same activities with all of the same campers. They just have the support that they need. The only difference between the Ashley's Place program and the general overnight sign up is where people sleep. So that's the building called Ashley's Place, which is where our program kind of gets its name from. So this is Ashley's Place. It's a climate controlled facility. We have a 24-hour nurse that stays on grounds with the campers in the building at all times. And we also offer a day camp program. So all of our day camp kids that come to the Ashley's Place program will also go to the Ashley's Place nurse. In this main living area that you can see, we do have somebody that stays out there every night. So if a camper were to wake up during the middle of the night, they'd be able to get assisted with anything that they need to help them get back to bed, or like hang out with them until they feel a little bit better and ready to go to bed. Our counselors sleep in the rooms or the rooms behind the campers at night. So there's always some sort of supervision. And looking forward, we do have an open house next Saturday, April 2nd, from 10 to 12, where I will be, as well as some of our other year-round staff members, to give tours of the camp, talk a little bit more about our program, and get you a chance to see what the facility itself looks like. We do hold respite weekends during the off season, which run from a Friday to a Sunday. And if anybody has any questions or anything like that, I'm always available through my email. I like to have conversations with parents, develop the idea of what camp for your child will be like prior to them signing up and registering, so that you have an idea of what you're sending your kid to, which is why I really like having an open house, so that this way everybody has an opportunity to come and see our facility.
Thank
Sorry,
you.
I
You know what I
finished
was thinking, Ashley? So maybe you wouldn't have to hang around if you didn't want to. We have open time because we have less presenters. Would you rather people ask you questions now? Alexis, I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, sure. I don't mind.
You don't mind? Okay, so
No.
if anybody would like to ask Alexis any questions, please feel free to raise your hand. Or you could even unmute yourself. It's fine.
Hi, this is Phoenix. My son is 6. What was the age for your guys' camp again?
So our overnight program runs from ages 8 to 18, but our
Okay.
day camp runs 6 to 18.
And the day camp, is it July and August, or just July and like 1 week of August?
No, we run, so our first week is, oh my goodness, it's June. Staff training starts, I think it's June 19th that our first week of camp is, and we run until August 20th.
Okay, my son's 6 and he's got Down syndrome, and we live in East Hampton. So and he's got ESY. So we're just trying to figure out locations that will be better for us. And a lot of camps end in August. We're just trying to figure out the best fit for him. So, okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
No problem.
If anyone else has any questions, go ahead and feel free.
I have a question. You mentioned that you had camp for older ages, 8 to 28, the last week. Do you know the dates for that?
I do not offhand, but I think I can easily double check.
Thank you.
So the last week that we offered that extended program runs from August 14th through the 19th.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
If anyone else has any questions, feel free.
I have questions.
Go ahead.
So my 9-year-old has a sibling, which is a 7-year-old, and he has Asperger. So the camp will be like, I think from the website that you have, Alexis, you have the Alexis Place, but you also have a regular inclusions with the peers.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. So our regular like typical camp, that's not the Alexis Place program. Kids are in groups of 6 to 10 with one staff member, and the Alexis Place program just provides a little bit more of that, like individualized. So we do the 1-to-1, the 2-to-1, and then the 3 campers to 1 staff member as needed.
Okay. And how do you choose who's going to be like in the group of 3, for example, the 1 to 3, based on their age or your skills? Like, how do you decide who's going to be your teammate?
It's more so like if you called me and we had a conversation about what your child, how your child works, it's a lot of like teamwork aspect. And then we come up with a plan on how to set the child up for the best chance of success in the least restrictive environment.
Okay. And this is for the Alexis Place. So you'll be providing the counselor, like 1 to 3. So you'll be providing the person.
Yep.
So
And our
we don't
staff
have to
goes through
come
2
with
weeks of
our-
staff training.
Okay. All right. Great. Thank you.
No problem.
Thank you. If anyone else has a question, feel free, go ahead and ask. We're good? Okay, great. Thank you so much, Ashley. I mean, Alexis, I'm sorry.
okay.
I'm naming your camp for some reason.
It's okay. Everybody does it.
Thank you very much.
No
Do
problem.
we have somebody from Camp Kuhatka here? I had not seen the check-in. I just want to make sure before I move on to the next person. Tina, are you here? No. Okay, that's okay. So we'll move on to Camp Horizons. Michelle, thank you so much for joining us tonight. You can go ahead.
Sure, no problem. Thanks for having us. It's
And feel
always
free
great
to take your time. We have a little extra, so you can feel free to not rush through.
Sure. Well, I want to talk about our summer camp program. However, I do want to preface that by saying that we are full for this year. So we are not accepting any more new campers at this time for summer camp. We did fill extremely quickly. We are still on a bit of a reduced capacity from where we were in 2019 before COVID hit. So I'll talk a little bit about the before and after. In 2019, we were taking about 160 campers per 2-week session, and we do run 2-week sessions throughout the summer. This year, we are also offering 1-week opportunities for campers, as well as some day camp on a limited basis. We start at age 8, but our campers do not age out of our program. So we are available right through adulthood. We have campers who are in their 70s and 80s who have been coming for quite a long time. So we are in our 43rd year of operation. So we have a little bit of longevity with those folks as well. And the summer camp is pretty traditional. So it's crafts and swimming and physical education. We try to be outside as much as possible throughout the course of the summer. And I want to just give you that general overview of summer, with that idea that we are full, because I know that a lot of you also have younger folks who might not even be ready for our program yet. And so it might be just something that you put in your database for later on, and hopefully our capacity will increase at some point. So our days are very structured with all of those activities. We provide a 1 counselor for every 5 camper ratio. And with that said, a lot of our groups have 6 campers, 7 campers. We add a second staff member. So it ends up maybe looking like a 1 to 3 for a lot of our campers. But that ensures that if somebody leaves to take somebody to the nurses or somebody to the bathroom, that there's always going to be that 1 to 5 maintained within the group. Our counselors do live in the cabins with the campers. We don't have an awake 3rd shift, so the counselors are sleeping as well. And each of those cabin groups is really kind of a family unit. So they travel to activities together, they eat meals together, and then they have a traveling group that they would travel to activities with. And it's usually a male-female traveling group going to activities together throughout the day. So in addition to the summer camp program, we do also offer weekends in the country, which are 17 weekends between the end of September and the beginning of May. And typically we have also offered a week-long program at Christmas time during the week between Christmas and New Year's. We haven't been able to do that in the last couple of years, so I'm a little bit unsure where we'll land with that in the coming year, but we have been able to run our weekends this year, and only with 1 minor cancellation in that December-January big uptick of COVID, we did cancel our programs. But other than that, we've been running. And on our weekends, right now we're hosting about 40 to 45 campers per weekend. So it's a nice group of individuals getting together and sharing some recreation together. Now on those weekends, we are doing a lot of the same typical camp activities. We aren't outside quite as much, although it is starting to get nicer now, but we're doing physical activities for sure, craft activities, science, and theme-based activities, because all of our weekends are based around a theme. So this past weekend, we had Luck of the Irish weekend, and all of our themes, all of our activities rather, were based around that Irish theme. So we made some rainbow pins, and we did, our science activity was actually leprechaun traps that we were building to try to trap leprechauns, which was a lot of fun. And in addition to those services, I just want to make people aware that Horizons does provide educational supports, which is primarily transition education, and it's based within a very tight geographic radius. We're in South Windham, Connecticut, but we do have those transition educational supports, as well as supported employment for folks after they've graduated, and supported living we have as well.
Thank you, Michelle. And I do appreciate, even though you were full, you taking your time out of your schedule to come and talk to everybody. Does anyone have
Sure.
any questions that they would like to ask Michelle? You can go ahead and unmute yourself.
Oh, yes, I have a question. My daughter went to Camp Horizons, and actually a very beautiful place. They have a lot of activities. Unfortunately, she was kicked out because she was very aggressive. Then my question is that for the children that they need an extra support, do you think that now maybe they can change and maybe can have maybe like a little, maybe like a private room or something like that, that you would be able to accommodate the children that are a little more aggressive than irregular?
Sure. Well, we're always willing to talk with folks, and especially returning campers, and try to make what accommodations we can. I will be honest that right now, we've been set back quite a bit with our staffing, basically, because of everything that's going on in the world. And I think it's the same everywhere else. So building back is definitely a struggle for us. And it's a disappointment in a lot of ways, because we want to be able to serve as many people as we can. And I think that's the goal of all of these programs. So if you want to reach out to me, absolutely, please do. And we can, chat about what your daughter's needs are and see if it might be a match at some point. Certainly, as I said, the summer camp is full, but weekends are a great place to start as well. Especially with building relationships and, trying to come up with a plan for something like that. So feel free to email me, and I can put my email in the chat afterwards.
That
Thank
would
you
be
so much.
helpful. Thank you.
Yeah, I just want to say that it's a really beautiful program,
Yeah, question, I know you said you were full for this summer, but are you offering any opportunities for, like an open house or to visit, so to speak? Because I would be interested in coming to see it maybe even while it's in session with my son, so what can you offer in that regard?
Sure, absolutely. So we typically would run a series of get acquainted days where we would have a structured program and have folks come to somewhat of an open house presentation and take a tour while we're in session. We haven't been doing that recently, and I have been scheduling individual tours with people to get a look at what camp looks like, especially while in session. And if you're open to it on the weekends, that's also a great time to just kind of see what's going on a small scale. But we could talk about a tour in the summer as well, or a quick visit. And I'm hoping that once we get into next fall, we'll resume those get acquainted programs and have a little bit more of a structured get to know you kind of situation. I will also say that we do have an application process for new campers, which is available through our website. And although we are not currently approving new campers, folks are still filling out those applications, which is a fine thing to go ahead and do if you're interested, because then, when we are able to start approving people again, you'd already have your information submitted.
Thank you. Alexis, too, if you don't mind putting your, I know from Channel 3, could you put your email in the chat as well? And
Yeah, of course, I can do that.
thank you. And Michelle, if anyone has any more questions for Michelle, please feel free to unmute and go ahead and ask them.
Michelle, hi. I have a question. So you mentioned the Horizons camp also have a day camp. Can you tell us more about it?
Sure. So really, the focus of what we're doing is residential overnight camping, and it has been for the last 43 years. But one of the things we did learn during COVID was that a little bit of flexibility goes a long way for a lot of families, and that's why we've started to offer those 1-week sessions on a very limited basis, as well as day camp. So right now, the day camp option is again, fairly limited, and it's not a structured program in that we have a set of day campers. Folks who come for the day would integrate into one of those residential overnight groups and just be tagging on for the day, and then go home at night. And it would be the same. We start at age 8.
What are the hours for the day camp?
Sure. So again, somewhat flexible. We have some of our folks who are coming in for breakfast, which is 8:30 in the morning. And some folks are coming after breakfast, which is about 9:30. And then again, departure could be before dinner or after dinner.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I have a question and I want to say hi. I'm Eldridge
Hi,
Mall.
Nicole.
Are we going back to Friday to Sunday anytime soon? You probably don't know that, but while you're here, I figured I'd ask.
Yeah, no, great question. Our program, our weekend program, Nicole's referring to, that her son attends, used to be Friday evening through Sunday afternoon. And we did scale that back to starting on Saturday mornings this year. And to be honest with everyone, it's about the staffing. It's much easier for us to get college and high school aged folks there on a Saturday morning than it is on a Friday evening. So that's been a major challenge for us, and it's worked out extremely well. So the quick answer is we haven't really talked about it yet. However, I would not be surprised if we stick to the Saturday, Sunday for at least another year.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, that's good to know. That's good to know.
Yep.
Thank you.
If anyone else has anything left to ask Michelle, please feel free. And hi, Nicole. Okay, so thank you very much, Michelle. Again, thank you so much for taking time. I know that, like I said before, you were full and you still came and talked about your other programs, and I'm so appreciative that you did that for us. So thank you again. I think next up was Camp Barton, but I'm not seeing anyone from Camp Barton. Is anyone in the audience from Camp Barton? No. Okay, that's okay. We will move on. Brian, are you going to be doing Camp Capable?
Yes, I am.
Okay, you can feel free to go ahead.
Okay, is my video working now?
Oh, hold on 1 second. Sorry about that. Yep, you should be able to share.
Okay. All right, let me see here. Sorry, let me just pull it up. Are you guys seeing looks like you guys still just see me.
No, I
do you
see
guys see
it.
my screen?
Mhm.
You see the Capable Kids PowerPoint?
Yep, it says
Oh,
Camp.
perfect. Okay, because I can still see me on the side, so it was confusing. Okay. Hi, I'm Brian. I'm from HARC, and we provide a camp during the summer called Capable Kids Camp. We also provide a camp called Camp Boulevard at our main facility in Hartford. So first, HARC, our mission is to provide special needs support for a lifetime to individuals with intellectual and related disabilities and their families so they can enjoy a life of quality, inclusion, and dignity. Summer camp we provide is an inclusive camp that provides a number of camp activities facilitated by Camp Current, which you'll hear a little bit more about later on. There's peer interactions, there's skill building, and I want to emphasize all these activities that are available to the kids. It's a fully inclusive program where kids with special needs are integrated with the typical kids, and they're participating in all the same activities, yet we have the freedom to go to any activity we want. The camp director comes to us right off the bat from Camp Current and provides me with a schedule, and I look at my campers and I decide what fits their interest, abilities, and what peer groups want to hang together, and they're very adaptive to any of our needs. Okay, so again, like I said, it's an integrated program. We're in full collaboration with Camp Current. It's on the Camp Current site. They're providing all the activities, and we're taking the campers around. We have full access to the pool. There's nature activities, a number of sporting events. UConn students come and provide health and fitness advice and activities. We focus on literacy, so we're reading to the kids. On field days, we're taking them out to the library. Again, it's available from for kids age 5 to 21. It's 6 weeks long. And like I said, it focuses on literacy, fitness, and sport. So there's a small registration fee of $35 for everybody. But then after that, if you're a Hartford resident, the camp is completely free. For residents of the surrounding area and towns, the fees are based on staff to child ratio. Transportation for Hartford residents is door to door. We pick you up, we drop you off, we interact with the parents, we provide them with any news or updates. We provide a daily journal that we fill out throughout the day, documenting what the kids are doing, any new peer relationships that they're developing, any highlights to their day, any new interests, things like that. And then the parents provide some written feedback as well. Our counselors are highly qualified. They go through a 5-day training program, focusing on CPR, the prevention and identification of abuse and neglect, a variety of behavioral techniques. Let's see. Oh, I want to provide this camp story. So hold on, the cameras are blocking it, so I'm gonna have to read my hard copy here. So last summer, 2 of our campers were inseparable. Though both were verbal at the start of the camp, their ability to converse at length and transition from topic to topic improved over the course of their summer. Other campers bonded over a shared love of sports or a shared sense of humor. And during the first week of camp, a young camper from Camp Current asked one of our counselors if our campers have disabilities. After the counselor replied that they do, the young camper said, "I love that you guys come here every year. You do such a great job." The counselor shared this with the rest of the Heart counselors. It made them feel proud, especially since some of the counselors were new to the program. Okay, I also want to talk a little bit about Camp Boulevard. Oh, sorry, I was already on it. So Camp Boulevard is a respite program. It's got a 1-to-1 staffing ratio, and this is not through Camp Current. This is at Park Proper on Asylum Avenue in Hartford. So we provide 1-to-1 staffing ratio. There's a nurse on duty, and there's a variety of camp activities as well. Children have to be between the ages of 3 and 21, and it runs from September through June, and it's held on the first Saturday of every month, or usually the first Saturday of every month. There's a $60 fee per section, but campers are granted camperships based on a sliding income scale and availability of funds. And again, it's the first Saturday of each month from September to June, and it runs from 9:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. for up to 15 children. And this is Kevin. So this is Kevin's story. He says, "Park means to me that I am part of an inclusive community that treats me with dignity and kindness. I'm grateful for Hark's hardworking and compassionate staff. My family and I have been part of the Hark family for 16 years. I'm looking forward to many more years of friendship, laughter, and learning." And that's all I had. If you have any further questions, I have Dawn Allen's contact information there, and I'm available for questions right here now.
Great, thank you. And Brian, if you wouldn't mind, again, I know you put it up there, but could you put it in the chat as well, the
Yes.
email address? And if anybody has any questions they'd like to ask, please feel free to unmute and go ahead and do so. No questions for Brian? Okay, that's okay. If you think of questions later on, you can always email the email address that he gave you, or you can even email myself and I'll put that email address in the chat as well. Marion, would you like to go next?
Sorry, I was having a little trouble unmuting. So I'm actually with Brian, so from Hark. And so, everything Brian said about our programs is, really the gist of our programs. Our Saturday program, like he said, does run through the school year. It's one Saturday a month, and it is based on funding availability because of the fact that it is 100% grant funded. So, it's really a great program and different than many other programs because of the fact that it is a Saturday. It's about a 6-hour Saturday session. And it just allows families to have a little break at least once a month.
Great, thank you. Now, is there someone for Camp Current here? No,
I don't see them on there.
he didn't come. Okay,
Yeah, I don't think he came in.
okay. So then I guess we'll move on to Carrie at Autism Health and Fitness.
Hi, everyone. I am Carrie from Autism Health and Fitness Center. So we're a gym, kind of mostly for people with special needs, located in Orange, Connecticut. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Can everyone see that?
Yep, you're set.
Perfect. Okay. So yeah, so we are in Orange. Here's just a quick overview of what we're going to go over today. All right, so a little bit just about our gym. So Autism Health and Fitness Center, like I said, we're a small gym. We're located in Orange, and we do offer one-on-one personal training. We have some group fitness classes. I was just actually joining in a Zumba class right before this this call, so I'm a little sweaty. It was a great time, so much fun. We have some really fun instructors that come in and do specialized group classes for our members and individuals. Oh, went the wrong way. So we also offer camps. We have a few different camp options. We do adapted PE classes. So we go into schools, we go into special ed schools, day programs, and we do a lot of fun community events too, holiday parties, lots of fun stuff going on. All of our staff are really experienced with working with this population. So a lot of our trainers are actually like special ed by day, and then they come and do appointments for us in the afternoon and evening. We're open weekends as well. And everybody is certified. So ISSA, ACSM, trainer certified. So our camps, obviously we are all about creating a space where everybody can show up and feel included and feel successful. Our lead trainer, Jackie, is the one who has really created our camp program, and she runs all our camps. She does a great job. Our feedback from staff participants alike is that camp is just the funnest place to show up and have a great time, have social experiences, try new things, and just feel accepted and like they belong. So logistics about camp, we have a few camps that we offer. So summer camp depends, the dates depend, but this summer it is going to be the first 3 weeks of August. And we do usually do a different theme each week, so it's pretty fun. Sea week, space week, I think I have some pictures later in here of Olympic week. So that's lots of fun. We are just getting ready, gearing up for our April break camp. So more on that in just a minute. And we do usually run a winter break camp for that week in between like Christmas and New Year's. And we just started a new after school camp club. So that we just kind of launched that last month. So it was a 4-week program. Hours were like 4:30 or 4 to 5:30, one afternoon a week. That really was great. It was successful. So I think we might look at doing that again in the future as well. But typically for our day camps, so our summer camp, our holiday break camps, those hours are 9 to 12. And they happen indoors at our gym in Orange. So it's a pretty small gym, and really our ratio depends on who signs up and what their needs are as far as, you know, group participation. So typically it ends up being about like a 1 to 3, 1 to 2, 1 to 4, somewhere in that range. But again, it really depends on who we have and what their needs are. So we tend to have up to about 10 people, give or take a little bit, for our camps. So again, that kind of depends on who signs up. We might cap it if we feel that, you know, just because of our space, we can't really take any more. And again, also with staffing, it will just depend on how many staff we can get. So our trainers are the ones who would staff the camp. So again, they have the experience with this population, and they are also certified trainers as well. So we serve age 5 and up. We have a range of ages. We typically get a lot of participants who are in the young adult age range, but again, 5 and up, no cap on that. So, and it would be, you know, if we have 10 people in a camp, we might break that up into smaller groups. Each group would have a staff and be kind of working on different things at the same time. So we do provide one-on-one if somebody needed it, or, you know, if somebody has an aide or a family member or a buddy and they need that one-on-one assistance, we would absolutely invite them to bring their aide with them and stay for that camp period. But we do offer one-on-one staffing if, you know, between conversations with parents, if we feel that that's something that is, you know, required for success. So here's a little schedule of a typical camp day. So, you know, we have welcome activities, crafts, Legos, you know, as people are kind of transitioning in, some kind of relaxing activities. Jackie will lead them through some stretching, some meditation, some yoga. Then we move on to a social skills activity. There's always some kind of sports skills or movement stations. There's really a big focus on movement and physical activity, although it's not going to be physical activity for the whole duration of the camp, obviously, but definitely a big focus on movement. So no prior sports skills, you know, or sports experience necessary, but we will kind of break into stations, and maybe they'll work on basketball one day and do the parachute the next day, or maybe they'll do some fitness stations working on med ball. You know, it really depends, and they'll have a chance to really learn a lot of new skills within that. We do a cool down, a snack break, some kind of team building, and then some exit activities. So it's a really structured schedule with lots of fun activities. Parachute is always a favorite for everyone. So some details. So we do have registration is open for our April break camp, although I'm not sure for how much longer. We have a small group of about 7 people signed up, so we may cap that soon, but it is open as of right now. Registration is open for April break camp, which is April 18th through 22nd. So it's that week, it's Monday through Friday, every day from 9 to 12. And those are our member fee, or I'm sorry, our non-member fees that I have up on the screen. So $375 if you're signing up before April 11th. Obviously our members, we open registration up to them first. We give them a little bit of a discount on that registration fee, but these are the non-member prices that I'm showing here. Summer camp, we have not opened registration up quite yet, but we expect to around May, and that is the first 3 weeks of August, and it's the same pricing, $375 a week per week. So a little bit about our camp, what makes us unique. Obviously, first of all, our staff, like I said, everyone has extensive experience in this population. They're trained with movement and fitness as well. So it's a great group, and daily. I see these people going above and beyond, just with their energy, their enthusiasm, their caring. They really, you know, when it comes to making camp a fun and encouraging experience for everyone. Next, obviously, our campers are just the life of our camp. We have some experienced regulars who sign up for all of our camps and have been doing so for years. And we also welcome newcomers. And it's great to see those relationships blossom as well. Some friendships. I'm thinking about one of our campers who has been coming since he was a kid, a participant. So he's been coming for years, and he recently just started volunteering and working for our camps as well. So it's great to see him kind of mature over time and being able to kind of take that camp experience and then welcoming and helping newer campers to have that same successful experience. So again, it's just a structured environment, but I love to see the trainers also adapt and modify for, you know, the needs of whoever, so that every single person is successful. So a couple pictures, like I said, I think that was Olympic week. So some kind of Olympic themed craft activities, some med ball work there, some team building, some chalk, all kinds of fun things. And that's about it. Any questions? I will put my contact info into the chat, but it's also up here as well.
Thank you, Carrie. Anyone can go ahead and feel free to unmute if they'd like to ask Carrie some questions.
Hi, Carrie, I have a question. For the program itself, what is the age range, the youngest children?
For camp?
For the camp?
Yeah, 5 and up.
5 and up. And then averagely, like right now, what age that you have the camper signed up?
Average, I would say like young adult. So like teen to young adult. The after school camp club that just ended was, I think we had 10 to about 22. Yeah, so I would say a lot of our campers are in that young adult range, but it does end up being a really good mix. And like I said, we have kind of some flexibility if we have a bigger group to kind of break into smaller groups as well.
So would the program appropriate for a 9-year-old?
Yeah, yep, absolutely.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
If anyone else has any questions for Carrie, feel free. Okay, so is there anyone who might have thought of some questions for any of our other camps that might want to unmute now and ask a question? No? Okay. Well, because I knew that we were going to be missing some hosts, unfortunately, I did go ahead and pull some information from a couple of other camps, one who ended up having to pull out in the last second. And I wanted to share that with you. Keep in mind, I'm not a camp representative, so I cannot show, I cannot, probably cannot answer any in-depth questions, but if you want to send me those questions to the email address, I can certainly contact the camp for you, or I can give you that information myself. But let's start with camp. Let's start with Camp Argo. Okay. So Camp Argo is a camp in Orange. And I got a couple little videos to play for you. Oh, let's see if we can move forward. Okay, so you can see that I pulled some information. It is located in Orange. The director is Jason Nevis. He's a great guy. 8 weekly sessions, Monday, June 20th through August 12th. I guess it depends on what the snow day schedule makeups were. The ages they accept are 4 to 14. 9 to 4 p.m. It did look like they might offer some extended year hours, extended day hours if needed as well. I think as far as tuition wise, the last time I checked, it might be a few more dollars than this. It might have gone up to $310, I believe. But they did have some Care for Kids reimbursement if you have that for your child. There were some scholarships available. I don't know. I think the time has passed. However, he's a little bit flexible, so it might be something you might want to contact him about. It is, I think the scholarships were $100 per week if you were offered one. He did make a point to mention that they do not offer paras or one-to-ones for campers. However, if you had one that you could send yourself, they would be amenable to that. There's a questionnaire that it needs to be filled out before registration is completed that they can determine the compatibility for the campers. I know that they said that they are not set up to accept campers that have significant behavioral challenges. The camper must be able to follow the daily schedule with minimal support. And if anyone wanted to see the camp, they are able to do that. You can use the information that's on the slide, info@camp-argo, or you can call him as well to get that set up or to get any other information. And they have an inclusion counselor who's on staff that helps program for the kids. And yep, they did have the extended day. So there was an early morning part you can extend to or later in the day part. And here's the last video. Oh, and there's the activities too as well, as you saw in the last video. And that's Camp Argo. Oh, sorry about that. Oh, did it start over? Okay. That is Camp Argo. And as I said, unfortunately, I don't know, as I'm not a representative, so I don't really have a lot in the terms of questions for you. But if I'm happy to have you email me at the email address that I left in the chat, csacco@ctfsn.org. And if you have questions, I'm happy to get those questions answered for you. So the next one is Camp Q. Camp Q is, so we are literally going through this together. Camp Q is a camp in Killingly. It is a camp that is through the State Department of DDS, the Department of Developmental Services. And let's see, there we go. Okay, so let's see. Summer camp experience for children with developmental disabilities in Northeastern Connecticut. In Killingly, they offer swimming, boating, fishing, nature, arts and crafts, approximately 120 campers per season. And it's a 6-week fully accessible camp. It's open to children ages 4 through 22 who are a resident of Connecticut and have a diagnosed developmental disability. Although it says that they have to be eligible for services through DDS, I do believe you'll see further on that if you have an actual documented developmental disability, they might be willing to look at your case and have your child become enrolled. Let's see, you need enrolled in school, registered for the camp on established. So you have to register as planned, plan on attending camp queue with their own staff supports if they're needed. Available to follow the schedule and to participate in the group settings. Yep, so you have to meet the criteria that was just listed. Have the supervising staff who are with them at all times and have met the staff training requirements. Have been approved and also have been approved. I guess these are the numbers that you can call if this is in your region to find out any information you need about that, as well as if you're interested in individual and family support resources. And this is what a daily schedule looks like at Camp Q. And there's the phone number. Like I said, if you want any more information, please feel free to email me. I can actually send this to anybody who would like it as well. Camp Q Summer Camp runs for 6 weeks total, 3 2-week sessions beginning in July and ending in August. I actually have an alumni week, which I did see, which was interesting. People who I guess went there before have a special week just for them. Registration packets can be emailed to families and the LEAs. Extras can be gotten through the helpline. Numbers, there's a camper capacity. It didn't list that. Students not currently eligible. Yep, so students may attend provided they're supervised by individuals who are not employed by DDS. Priority is given to students attending full sessions. This is what is needed to be with you at Camp Q. And transportation. It looks to be like they provide transportation, although I can clarify that for you. And then a few little pretty pictures of what it looks like at Camp Q. And that's it. And then I was hoping to, I don't want to keep everybody. Oh, was there no sound? Did anybody hear it? No, that's okay. You heard me, right? Okay, that's good. Then I wanted to share with you at CTFSN, we have a camp database, which, let's see. Camp slides, camp database. See if I could bring that up for you. I don't know why I can't do it right now. One more second, please. Well, I can't seem to bring that up for you. I can absolutely send that to people as well. But that's what I wanted to share with everybody. I don't know why I can't get to the camp. Let's see, hold on one more second. Nope, It's, oh, here we go. Okay. Yay, we found it. So here's our camp database. So if you go to CTFSN.org, and then you can either go to recreation-database, or you can find it up here. And then if you scroll down, you can see that we have different things, recreational opportunities, different camps, and some general resources, I believe, listed in the database. So there might be some camps on here that you did not hear from through today. You can see that every item here that's listed with a C is actually a camp. This was newly updated, so they should take you to all of the right websites and give you the pertinent information that you need. So hopefully that was helpful. I did also want to share our newsletter. So this is our newsletter that I, myself and my wonderful friend and coworker, Adriana, who's with us today, helped create. We are putting this out monthly. If you're interested in getting this newsletter, you can again email me at the address in the chat, which is csacco@ctfsn.org. You can see we put in our monthly events, which you would just click down here and it will take you to the website that shows you all of the events that we have coming up. You can see that this month's newsletter focused on camp questions to ask the camps that you go to or that you're looking into for your child. And then we have some connection resources and some DDS information, as well as other news. And Adriana has some information for Spanish and bilingual speakers as well. And then here we list our support groups. And then that would be it. And Adriana too is our statewide bilingual and family support coordinator. So if anyone has any bilingual needs, you can also email her. Adriana, if you want to put your email address in the chat, that would be awesome for anybody who might need it. That would be great. And then we are all done. So I really wanted to reach out again and say thank you to the camps who actually did attend today. It's so appreciative again that you took the time and you came and you did your presentation. So thank you so much. Does anyone have any final questions that they would like to ask? You can go ahead and unmute if you do.
Great job, Crystal. Thanks so much for doing it.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much again. And I'm so appreciative. And if again, anyone has any questions at all, just please reach out and email me. I hope you all have a wonderful night.
Great job. Good night.
Thank you. Have a great one.
Thank you.